Black Clover Chapter 302 review. Let's get right into it. Now, before we get too deep into it, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I am trying to hit 5,000 subscribers. Leave a comment, leave a like. Now, getting right into this chapter, it's kind of funny how everyone was kind of hating on Black Clover for a second, but then Tabata came through and now everyone's loving it again. Basically, if you didn't know, people were hating on it because they thought that Asta was going to take the shine. Now, starting directly at the beginning of the chapter, we actually see Asta take a back seat, and pretty much Asta's just holding Lilliputica. He's basically stated in the past that he can't really do anything because he needs to recharge, essentially. So he's taking a back seat in this fight, and even though he arrived, he's not even really the main focus of this fight. In this chapter, to me, the main focus was Nozel, and she comes up right behind Asta, and she pretty much tells Asta, take very good care of Lilliputica. We know at this point the characters have grown somewhat of an attachment to Lilliputica. They actually went to her kingdom and they trained under her and with her to be able to fight for this war. So in Black Clover fashion and in the Clover Kingdom fashion, they don't want their allies to actually be deceased. So they're gonna do everything in their power to save Lilliputica. And that right there is actually very telling towards the side of the humans, because you can see in this chapter a couple mages actually get more strength when they're protecting others, and Megicula actually touches on this in this chapter. She says something along the lines of, I see humans evolve more in battle, because now that there's a conflict and there are people that they need to protect, the humans are actually getting stronger. Now, no one's going to be able to say that Saint Stage is overpowered or anything like that, because there are limits to the form. So basically, we're seeing some of the limits in this chapter whenever Undine pretty much says they do not have the strength right now to take on an entire army. The army being the failed Dark Disciples, the Dark Disciples that Megicula is raising from the undead, and kind of basically Undine's stating that they can't take out everybody. So that leads into the assisting role characters that assist in this chapter. So one of the assisting characters in this chapter was actually Captain Real, and he actually played an integral part in this. If Real was not here, they would have lost the fight by now. One of the main things to say about Real in this battle is that if it wasn't for him, they would pretty much still be down for the count. Now, Real's giving them a boost, and he's basically saying that everyone is invincible because they're within the range of his spell. And not only that, he continues to cast more into his spell. He actually brings up a very powerful warrior. To be honest, this warrior is doing a lot of damage, and he just casually brings this warrior into the battle with a simple spell, and it's really crazy. He's really doing a very good job. And the reason he's doing this is he says that he knows that pretty much Nozel's like the centerpiece in defeating Megicula because of her Saint Stage. So he's pretty much agreed to take a back seat and support her kind of in the background and fight off the army, because as Undine stated, Nozel is not going to be able to defeat an entire army plus Megicula. Another supporting character is actually Captain Charlotte, and she actually uses a spell that we have seen in the past whenever Charlotte had taken over Charlotte's body, the braided beautiful battle spear, and we see Charlotte using this attack now. Previously, Charlotte couldn't use this attack, and this is a way for Tabata to pretty much show us the progression of her character. She's actually made it to the strength of the elf Charlotte that previously possessed her body, and she's able to use this spell now. And I think that's really cool for them to add that in there, like, especially it's kind of like a nod to Charlotte. I don't really think Charlotte was a bad person or anything like that. I think Charlotte was cool. Charlotte even talked with Yami, but I think it's cool how they're paying homage to her character. And now Charlotte knows that spell, and it shows how much stronger Charlotte has actually become. We see Megicula pretty much still taking this battle as a game, and I just want to point out that this is Megicula versus everybody, okay? Megicula is on her own. Megicula doesn't have any backup, so this is showing how powerful Megicula actually is. Megicula is facing off against Charlotte captain level, Real captain level, Nozel captain level, and more characters than that also, but she's just facing off against all these characters by herself, and her words are very telling. She actually still says that this is fun and that, you know, humans are the greatest toys pretty much to play around with. And I think that's really crazy considering how much the characters who we came to love and enjoy, the main characters, are having to struggle against Megicula. It does seem like the face of the battle is turning in this chapter right here, but it still seems like they have some more obstacles to overcome. And I think one of the biggest surprises in this chapter, that they actually had 3 big surprises. So the first one in this chapter is Luck actually arrived. I've stated in previous videos that it makes sense for Luck to arrive because base Asta made it, so Luck should be able to make it because Luck is comparable to Asta, you know, in speed, so they both should have been here. So now Luck is here. So I find it cool how Tabata really keeps track of his canon. Like, he knows Luck is super fast, so Luck can make it over there just as fast pretty much as Asta can. So that's pretty cool. Of course, Nozel is very happy to see Luck, and Luck is pretty much clearing out a path for Nozel to travel and get straight to Megicula, and Luck is looking like he's ready to go. I really like Luck. He's a really battle hardened character. Now, right after Luck arrives, we see Real actually getting excited and getting more inspiration, and what that translates to pretty much whenever Real gets more inspiration, he gets an extra boost of confidence and an extra boost of strength. So what ends up happening right after Luck comes is, one, Real gets some more confidence, and then we also see Gaja actually get up out of nowhere. And a lot of people were speculating that Gaja was actually dead. I didn't really think that Gaja was dead, simply because it was never stated that he was dead. So no one actually said, oh, in the story, no one said Gaja is dead. Everyone was just pretty much speculating that he was dead. So I never really thought that he was dead. I thought it was a possibility, but the fact that they didn't state it was kind of a flag in my head that he's probably still alive. So Gaja actually gets up in this chapter, and he pretty much says everyone is fighting so hard to protect Lilliputica. So pretty much in his head, he's like, what kind of spirit guardian would I be if I let everyone save Lilliputica and I'm still lying on the ground? So that gave him like extra strength to get up and actually go along with Luck to clear out a path to Megicula even more with their lightning. I think it's pretty cool too, because we know that Gaja actually taught Luck. So other than the fact that it would look bad for Gaja to be down whenever he's supposed to be protecting Lilliputica, it would also look bad in front of the face of Luck, who is pretty much his, kind of like his disciple in a way, kind of, because Luck learned from Gaja. So to be down in the face of Luck and the face of Lilliputica, that wouldn't be a really good look for Gaja, and he knows this, so he has to get up and continue to fight. And that leads to a really cool scene where Gaja and Luck are right next to each other, and they're like, let's do this. It kind of reminds me of whenever Yami and Asta got up next to each other to fight, you know, because Yami taught Asta a lot of things because they're both sword wielders, and you know, Gaja taught Luck a lot of things because they're both lightning users, and now they're side by side in an epic panel. I really think that's pretty cool to see. And they pretty much blitz straight through all of the disciples who were there, you know, the Mercury and the Blood disciples who were there because of Megicula, and they blitz through all of them, straight blitz through Megicula, and it exposes her heart. Now Nozel has a clear path straight to Megicula's heart. She rushes over there really fast, and she's going to use her new sword on Megicula's heart. However, Megicula's curse magic kind of protects Megicula at the last moment, and it makes Megicula regenerate around her heart. So Nozel wasn't actually able to pierce right through the heart, you know, she wasn't able to pierce through. Now, whenever Nozel wasn't able to pierce through the heart, everyone has that look on their face. They're like, oh no, this is not good. And it's not, because they're thinking that was their only shot at, if Nozel can possibly pierce through Megicula's heart, that was their shot right there. So since Nozel wasn't able to do this, everyone looks and they're like, okay, what now? Because that was our shot. And you guys will not believe what happened. I said there were 3 surprises in this chapter. Number 1, that was Luck. Number 2, that was Gaja standing again. And number 3, we got my boy Nozel. So Nozel actually is here to protect his sister because Megicula was not going down with that attack that Noel did. So what ends up happening is Nozel comes and he's like, how dare you show your face in front of my family again? And it's just an epic way to end off the chapter. A really epic way to end off the chapter. I said this in previous videos. I said that Nozel was gonna come, and a lot of people were disagreeing with me, and it's fine. You know, that's what the comment section is for. We can have discussions, you know, that's cool. But my reasoning for this, I'll leave a link. You can go watch previous videos, and the reason for this, for me thinking the way that I did, I pretty much just felt like it was Nozel's destiny to be included in this fight. People were saying that it didn't make any sense because Nozel doesn't have arcane stage, and you know, I mean, I guess they have a valid point in some aspects, but in my opinion, we don't really know what Nozel has because we haven't seen him battle after the time skip. And also, to me, he's just so integral to this plot line that it wouldn't have made sense for him not to show up. And I probably would have been upset if he never showed up because, in my opinion, it would have been a missed opportunity. But luckily for us Black Clover fans, Tabata does not miss. So that's that. So I think that's just cool how Nozel pulled up at the last minute to protect his sister. That's basically what I was saying was going to happen too. I was like, Nozel's going to protect his sister. Like, that's his sister, man. And people can say whatever they want about Nozel, but he loves his family. So he's going to pull up and protect his sister. He actually protects her with his Mercury magic, and now he's ready to go on the offensive against Megicula in the next chapter. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. As always, it's been your boy NeohXO, and I'm out.